Good morning. It is day 16 on the OCT. We have just left the campground of Beachside in the Beachside State Park. It is 7:08 a.m. About 1.25 miles in so far. And we got another foggy day so far, but we really do think it's going to burn off early this time because we can currently see some blue through the clouds above our heads. So this is a promising day. We have about 20 miles to do today, but we are going to either hitch and or ride a bus for a portion of that, mainly because the road walk is dangerous. At least for a portion of the road walk that we'll have to do, about 6 miles. So we're gonna see what that is like, but it's right at the end of the day, so we've got a ways to go beach walking and most of it. We're going up here to the town of Yachats. Not really sure if I'm saying that correctly. We'll find out when we get there, but we're gonna stop in there for a little bit of town breakfast. We've already eaten our regular breakfast, but we're going to stop there, get some coffee, and we may also have to buy a little food for the rest of today, just trying to keep our loads light. We have left the beach after just about 4 miles. And now we're on this trail that I guess goes all the way down to town. Yachats 804 trail, I think it's called. So we got some nice views of the ocean here peeking through. And looks like this might be a popular trail. We've already passed a couple of people, but this is, looks like it's gonna be nice. It's well groomed, kind of like almost like a narrow rail trail. But I think this is supposed to lead us all the way down into town. So this will be lovely. These kind of neat little tunnels of trees that we've seen over the last 2 or 3 days are interesting. Okay, we just left the town of Yachats, or something close to that, and we had breakfast right over there. Hit a little market there for a little bit of resupply and some fresh fruit that we don't get very often. Even on this trail, haven't had it a whole lot. And we got a short walk along the road here, and then we're going up to Perpetua State Park, I believe it is. There's an overlook up there we're going to go out to, so apparently it's really nice. Yachats was a great little town. Highly recommend it. If you're doing a Sobo, this was a good plan, in our opinion, was staying at the Beachside hiker-biker site at that state park. It was a 5.5 miles beach walk, mostly down to Yachats, and we had breakfast there. Worked out really well for us. They have great coffee and great staff, really friendly. I got the breakfast burrito, which was amazing, and Java got some avocado toast, which she said was also really good. So highly recommend. All right, we'll talk to you soon. just left walking along the road for a brief bit along 101. Now we are making the climb up to Cape Perpetua. So it's about 800 feet or so climb, and should have some good views up there. Okay, here we are at the Cape Perpetua lookout, or overlook. Well, I'm not really sure which one this is. But yeah, just an amazing view from here, those southern coastline there. But even though it's clouded in, we're above the clouds, which really makes it a really neat view. We can't see what's below, but just kind of seeing that's really cool. So we are in this little stone structure here. So I'll show you. It's built here at the lookout. There's Cape Perpetua up there. Just came down here to see this violent coastline here as the waves come in and crash and get stuck in these little inlets. Alright, here we have a spouting horn where the water comes in and shoots out through the top. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's low tide or there's not a whole lot going on right now as far as the spouting horn is concerned. But if we come over here a little bit, right down there where those people are is Thor's Well. And that's right down in there behind those people. It's a circular hole. Again, I think the tide is out right now, so there's not a whole lot going on. Here it's still kind of neat to see everything kind of crashing in these little inlets up here. So we just got a hitchhike. I'm making some poor decisions here on where I'm going to walk. So we went to all right, I'm giving up, just walking through it. We came down off of Perpetua and we stopped at the visitor center. We had a little lunch there, and then we had to walk about, I don't know, maybe a mile or so after to get out to where 101 is. And then we had a 6-mile walk on 101, and we can talk about it later, but ultimately we walked for a little while, maybe half a mile or so, and someone was very kind. We were trying to hitch while we were walking, and somebody was kind enough to pick us up, and it was kind of a bad place for them to stop just because of traffic and whatnot, but she gave us a ride down here to just north of the campsite. So we got, I don't know, maybe a mile left, something like that, to get to our campsite now. So that was lovely because we're not really sure where the bus would have picked us up as we drove past that point anyway. So we think that this was really just the best solution. All right. Whew. We are leaving the beach, going through this lovely little tunnel of trees, and now we are headed back to the Washburn State Park hiker-biker site. And stay there for the night. So I don't know. Look at us, aren't we cute?
Oh, you're
What day is
recording.
today? I am
Shit.
recording. I know.
I know. You set me up.
Blooper reel. So this is the wrap up for day 16 on the OCT. We officially did 14 and a half. I'm I'm guesstimating slightly, which we'll explain later. And we had close to 2,000 feet. No, that doesn't.
I think no, you're
is
right.
it
I think
close
it
to
was.
2,000 feet of
was.
ascent? Yeah.
Because I did look earlier.
Yeah.
And I was surprised too.
Yeah. So we started out at Beachside State Park, and that was a great place. Loved it.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Very nice campground. Recommend it if anybody was looking for a place. We did 5.5, 6 miles of beach walk down to the town of Yachats. Not sure if that's.
I think that's how you spell.
At least it's
how
close.
You pronounce it.
Yeah. So that was a lovely little town.
It was so cute.
Yeah.
We didn't spend enough time there.
Yeah. We went through a little too quickly. More so because we were a little bit nervous about maybe making sure that we got to our bus potentially if we needed to.
We needed to, yeah.
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 So.
And we weren't sure what other scenes were going to be
Right.
the rest of the day.
Right.
Anyway,
So
we did have breakfast there
we had breakfast.
at the
Green Salmon Brewing Company, I think, something
very
like
laid back, very cool, very kind of.
Yeah.
The guy was funny.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I would like to go back there. That was a cute little town.
Yeah, it was great. I stopped in the little mercantile there to grab some more fuel canister. The guy in there was the same way. He was very, very cool. Very nice guy. Great little place. The people that we saw, we stopped in the market to grab a couple of food items for the rest of the day. They were really nice.
They were, yeah.
Great
really
people.
engaging. Yep,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, and those were just the 3 places we were. It was a really cute town. So.
Yes.
And then we left there and made our ascent up the to Cape Perpetua, yeah, which is a state park, as far as I know. But it was really just a lookout, right? It was
a lookout. But then you go, yeah. Anyway, I don't know what else you want to say, so go ahead. But yes, the lookout was there.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's
all the crashing waves,
primarily
of the rocks
what it is,
that were
right?
below it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The surf is kind of tumultuous in that area. Yeah, just a lot of rock faces and the waves just crashing in and shooting up. And I mean, we did 1,000 feet of climbing to get up to the lookout.
It was a nice trail.
And yeah, it was a great trail. Very well maintained. Actually, we saw a couple of younger trail maintenance people out going down the other side. And so we went down to the visitor center, had lunch there, and then went over and saw all the crashing waves and things like that.
At Devil's Churn and Thor's Well.
Yes.
And what was the other? There was another one.
There was the Spouting Horn.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
So they were fine.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, though, at high tide, especially in winter, when the storms are coming through, is really when it's dramatic. All 3 of those are really dramatic. Yeah.
It was very pretty,
the water
though.
Just shoots right up over, and the waves are.
Yeah. Big crashes and the Spouting Horn, which we didn't even see it spout at all. But
it was cool.
But it was still pretty, still very neat. So it was a neat area. Lots of shorebirds and things like that around as well. So then we left there, had a short walk, kind of again through a nice wooded section,
right next to 101.
Yeah, and then we got to 101, and let's just say we're not great at hitching. So
we stood in the same spot for probably 5 minutes only because and 30 cars passed us and not one person. They don't even slow down.
Yeah. One truck pulled over only to let somebody else go past him.
Yeah.
And we're like so excited. I turned my head and was like, "Oh, he's stopping." And then as soon as the car went past him, he pulled back out again. So
so we decided that we were going to start walking because we had 3 miles to get to the bus stop and it was about an hour.
3 miles to get to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and we didn't want walk the entire 6, at least we would walk 3 and then get the bus for 3.
Right.
So we started walking on the
wrong side
of the road.
Yeah.
But that's where obviously people are going to get you if that's where they're picking you up for hitch. So, yeah, thumb out the entire time. And I think it was more than half a mile. It felt
was
like that.
Closer to a
mile,
I think.
Man.
Yeah.
It was like doing a 15-minute mile because I was like, anyway.
Yeah, because we didn't want to miss the bus and have to continue to walk, because after the bus stop, is what we understand, at least from comments, is that's where the shoulder completely disappears. So not only we had a narrow shoulder where we were walking, and it gets worse after the bus stop. So yeah, we wanted to make sure we hit that bus. But yeah, I think somewhere about a mile in-ish, I turned around, heard some cars coming, so I kind of turned my shoulder a little bit, stuck my thumb out, and I don't even know what her name was.
I don't talked to her,
but yeah, but
she had a doctorate in marine biology though, which was pretty cool.
Yeah. And yeah, it was kind of I'll say a crest of a hill a little bit, so
it wasn't
people,
the greatest spot.
Yeah, so people behind her could see her, but coming the other way wasn't the greatest. So, but yeah, she pulled over.
Like right in back of me, and I'm like turned, and there's the car. I'm like, oh, okay.
We were fairly far apart, and she pulled over between us, and I started yelling, and I'm like, hey, so you wouldn't keep walking.
Yeah.
And
she quickly like cleaned her car so that we could get in. We had our packs on our laps, and then she drove us down to where we needed to be. Yeah, drove us about a mile short, to basically where we needed to get back on the beach to walk to this campground. So, so she was super nice. Nice.
That was great for her to pick us up.
Yes.
She, like you said, she had to kind of rearrange her car a little bit in order to get us in there.
But that seems to be the kind of person who stops.
Yeah.
Is the person who is either in a small car or a... It's the empty minivans and the huge pickup trucks that just keep flying past us.
Right,
I'm like, come on, people.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway.
So, so we got back on the beach at that point, and did our roughly a mile. And now we are here in the Washburn State Park, which is also
again the hiker-biker
lovely.
campsites.
Yeah, hiker-biker.
Can't go wrong.
Oregon State Parks are really nice. I mean, the ones that we've been in are fairly small.
The Forestry Service are a little bit different, but the state parks themselves, they provide that hiker-biker.
Yeah.
This one was $8 for each person, each of us.
Yeah.
We get showers. They're not timed as hot showers.
Right.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
The sites are nice too. They're wooded. They're really nice. Picnic table.
Yeah, and we walked around and looked at some of the the RV spots and stuff like that too, and they're really nice. The showers are great. The bathhouses are clean and modern, I'll say. So they're really nice. Highly recommend. Again, Oregon State Parks, they're really nice. So, okay, so that's day 16. Day 17 tomorrow, we're hiking into the town of Florence, and we're going to take a day off then the following day. However, tomorrow so it should be about 15 miles or so. Potentially expecting some weather
we had a
tomorrow.
Beautiful sunny day today.
Yeah,
it was
good.
Pretty much sunny from the time we woke up. We saw blue skies till the time. Yeah. It's still sunny.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, however,
Tomorrow, sometime we're supposed to get some precipitation of some kind, of some amount. We're not really sure.
We passed a day hiker earlier, and she seemed a little bit of an alarmist, but she's like, "Oh, we're going back to Bedford tonight because we heard there's a storm coming and there's supposed to be sleet." And
I talked about hail and
so
it's like, But when we looked at the weather,
I heard a 50% chance of rain. It's supposed to be in the afternoon, so whatever, we'll see. But
so we'll probably get up early just so we can try to get to town before that happens, if it happens, or how much it happens. So. So that will be tomorrow. Looking forward to taking you along on that journey with us. So, all right, I will show you our campsite here in just a minute. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
All right, here we are. This is the Washburn State Park hiker-biker site. This is just our little space here. So, again, these lovely just campfire rings and picnic tables. Decent space here. We can fit another tent over there if we needed to. But yeah, we've just got all this space here. Nice wooded, nice accommodations. The bath and bathrooms, shower house are, again, really nice and clean and well cared for and modern down there. And yeah, just regular family camping around, tents and RVs and things like that all around. So really nice space. All right, that is us for the night. Hope you're well. Good night.